Boy Scouts who I be, flip motors, squid dogs, bust the rhymes, break it down like this.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. But tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And that'll be a little too hot to handle, as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go! Bronco 80. Rig.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Richardson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Now Richardson. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The Falcons at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
To the right side, that's Whittington. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
42-yard line.
To throw again is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
2nd and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Here we go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Quick throw completed by Richardson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Ready, break. Hey, pass. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Yeah, anh phải đấm nó lại.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
To throw is Jackson. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, he puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
19 Cowboy 80.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the first.
First down. A gain of 15. First down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Come on. Hit. 19.
Now it's Richardson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. B.J. Hill, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. In the fact goes, first do no harm. Right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Đó. Đấy. Đừng chấm em nha.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's Brown. And he's brought down. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, and he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Here's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now he's going to step up and run. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Nói là có vệ mua cho mình đó. Để cho nó hỏi chứ. Được, giúp mình chút thôi.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
Of course.
To make sure you don't get hurt.
Now 2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw this. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Richardson looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
It's 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Falcons are going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
No, we change it.
Now it's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out looking real sharp in the second half.
A final shot before the half. Richardson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Jackson from the shotgun. Finding space at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second and a couple.
Now it's Jackson. Short pass caught by Henry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Again, Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll bring up a second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 5-yard line.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's another second and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's third and goal. Now Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Lamar Jackson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity
and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
19.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he finds Austin complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
Top 19. Top 19. Let's go now. Cougar 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Richardson.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
19, 18. Mustang 19. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Now Richardson.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
70.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, the tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They go play action to Jackson.
Open man down the field is Henry.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Change it.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Another important fourth quarter series coming up, that last helping to maintain their slim advantage. To throw it. Short one here, caught by McBride. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go. Shot Dragon 60. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Now it's Richardson. Now they'll tuck this and run. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Let's go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, right?
Here's Richardson to throw. Completes it to Austin. Down the right sideline. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Okay, ready? 19 Tiger. 19. Ready? Cowboy 80.
He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Down. 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Richardson now on third and goal. He'll try it, and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. This is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Here's 2nd down. Throwing, Jackson. Now he's free to midfield.
And finally brought down at the 38.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Jackson to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Jackson.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Rig alert, rig alert. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. No street. Set, hurt. Reload, reload. Rig it. Steady.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll find some room to get this out to about the 14. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Alert. Stretch the eagle, stretch the eagle. Hey, pass. Check, 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 check. Hurt, hurt. Ready, ready.
They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's That's why he spent a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you drafted.
Let's go now. Viking 18.
Now Richardson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Check smash. Check smash.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
70 Timberwolves.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback because everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Dragon 60. Buffalo 18.
Richardson looking to throw it. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now he's going to step up and run. And he has a Packer first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
70. Viking 18. Pioneer.
Throwing now is Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Green Bay, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll
so banging hot and langing. I'm a man who's a digging a dangerous hole.